Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Veronica. You guys saw a gigantic stack of books because this is my September and fall, but not really fall because, yes, fall, but also because I'm pretty sure every month is going to be different. You know what I mean? So I thought, why not film this video at 8:20 at night on September 1st. And it's gonna go out this Saturday, the 3rd, I think. I have just a gigantic stack of books. Some of these books, I'm like, yeah, they gotta go. And so I want to read them before I actually unhaul them. So let's get started. First, the most regretted purchase of my life, Blades and Bullets by Onyx Smith. Why do I regret this? Because of TikTok, okay? This book, I saw it on TikTok, and it wasn't, like, popular. It wasn't, like, super hyped up by a lot of people. I saw it, like, once, and I got it. And that was the dumbest SHIT I've ever done in my entire life. This is Wattpad in a book, and they didn't even, she got rid of it on her Wattpad. It was already on Wattpad. So I have a physical copy because she didn't have an ebook. I even went on her TikTok and commented, hey, will you ever release an ebook? And she was like, no. Once I'm done with this, I don't care if it's good. This will literally be leaving my house, okay? I'm saying goodbye immediately. I'm just reading it so that I can say I read it, just so I don't have that, like, thing where I unhaul a bunch of books that I didn't read again, because we all saw that from my book unhaul video, okay? We all saw it, and I don't need to go through it again. I would rather unhaul in, like, 3 months with, like, 30 books that I have all read than unhaul 30 books that I didn't read. So I'm going to make it my duty after that gigantic book unhaul, for any future book unhauls that I do, all have to be books that I actually read. This is the first book that's got to go, so I thought I'd mention it, and I think the only book I'm, like, hard set, it's going. Everything else is on, like, a maybe. The next book I got because the concept sounded really interesting, and this one genuinely seems like a really good book that I would enjoy more than Blades and Bullets. And you know what? I don't care if I slander the SHIT out of this book. The regret is, like, I'm literally the dumbest human on earth. So I wasted, like, I don't know, $10, $13 maybe on this book. And so thank God that I'm gonna read it now, and I'm gonna just buy. The next book is We'd Know By Then by Kristen Bowling. And this is basically where I love the concept too. I think it's actually such a genius book, and I feel like I would really enjoy this. And I love the cover. Basically, the world, I think, is on grayscale. Basically, when your soulmate comes along, that's when you actually see in color. So everything is, like I said, grayscale, monochrome. And then, you know what? It's just, like, the concept is so nice. And I think the hero actually is with someone, but that's what I know. I might be wrong about that. I don't know. But this book, I had it on my shelf for maybe a month or 2, maybe 3. I don't remember. This one actually seems interesting, so I thought, why not read it now rather than wait for another year for me to read it. I don't have a plan on when I read this. It should be September. It needs to be in September. But if it isn't, at least before the end of the year. You know what I mean? The third book you guys saw, it is Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Malors. I thought it was interesting. I love the color scheme. Just this pink is such a satisfying pink. I don't really know what it's about. I think it's about I don't. Just know. Every time I do a TBR, I never know what the book is about. This is about a marriage. It was an impulsive marriage. Cleo is wanting freedom, but do not quote me on that, okay? Because like I said, don't really know what any of the books are, okay? The next book is By a Thread by Lucy Score, And I read Things We Never Got Over, 5 stars. Cannot wait for book 2. I need to read By a Thread because I'm just gonna leave that. Okay, I decided to add By a Thread onto my TBR for September because I got my last Belle Book box, and this is the special Belle Book box edition, which I don't really like, to be honest. I like this one better. But the fact that Belle Book Box added this book as one of their book boxes, I was like, clearly they're sending me some sort of sign, like, Veronica, geez, just read the book already. This was the, I think, July and August subscription, and I canceled mine in July, but I think they already sent the July box before I canceled it. So I ended up getting it. I don't need 2 copies anyway. I mean, I would rather keep this one because it matches all the other books. You know what I mean? Babel by R.F. Kuang. Look at this! I cannot wait to read this book. I've heard terrific things about it from everyone who has already read it, and so excited, so excited. Just the amount of happiness that I feel like this book is genuinely gonna bring me. Historical fiction, dark academia, Harvard? Yale? Pretty sure Harvard. Also, I'm sorry, that was my cat's butt. Speaking of the dark theme, okay? I have Sinners Condemned. I have read Sinners Anonymous. This is book 1, by the way. I loved Sinners Anonymous. 5 stars. Such a good book, and I really enjoyed it. I would like to reread this again, but I do remember it, and so I'm not going to reread it this month. Maybe at some point, but I'm just going to dive headfirst into book 2. If this was 5 stars, this is 4 at least 5 stars. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it was about this, but it really just... That book was so good. So good. This is The Second Brother. It's a book about 3 brothers. We got Vicious. This guy, I think, is Knox. Rowan. I keep seeing Penny, who's the love interest. Give me the guy's name. Oh, Rafe. I was not close. I do like the name Rafe, though. Anyway, can't wait. Finally, the next book. I am bringing back my book club. We will be reading The Stand-In by Lily Chu. I also have the Audible for this book and for book 2. It's her second book. It's not, I don't think it's a series, but I'm really excited. I can't wait to read this. I've heard good things. I have a really close friend who's also joining me on the live show. I do not remember the date. This is basically Gracie, who is mistaken for a famous actress or just a famous person. And so, yeah, I guess the stand-in, she goes out and pretends to be this famous one. And so she is escorted by Sam, who seems like this could be an enemies to lovers, but not really. Maybe just a hate to love. Just that vibe. Zozo. Can you hear him? Zoe. Can't wait. So that's the... Oh, Pile is falling. Pile, I repeat. And the next book is Out of His League by Caroline Richardson. This is baseball. God, do I love baseball. Please forgive me for the way I say baseball. It was thoroughly unnecessary. It happened anyway. So, sorry. You're gonna have to suffer through whatever that word was. This one is a one-night stand, and this one offers a job. Wait. No, I don't know. I don't know. But I got the arc for it from NetGalley, and then I bought the copy when it came out. So it's time to read it. Get that NetGalley score up. You know what I mean? The next book, also an arc, To Sir with Love by Lauren Lane. This one was an arc from 2020. So I got it physically. It's time. I'm just really trying to get my 2020-2021 arcs just out of here and read and everything. So, you know, slowly diving into them. So yeah, I don't know what this is about. I think our hero proposes a buyout to her store. And so I guess he's her boss now. Anyway, you know what? Like I said, I never know what these are about. Okay? I know I got the arc, but it was 2 years ago, so I most definitely forgot the premise. Finally, we get down to the books that I was planning on reading this week. I actually was planning on making a 7 books in 7 days. But I only read one book, which is Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. Loved it, but I decided to scrap that video because you know what? I simply don't got the time to be reading 7 books in 7 days. So I'm currently reading Iron Widow by Shiren J. Zhao. Sorry, this bookmark really just... Look at him, he's running up here because he hears the jangle. I am currently on part 2, page 89. I'm trying not to move the bookmark. But yeah, so far so good. I'm actually liking it. We finally got to the part where, you know, we get why this book is called Iron Widow. Our main character, Zetian, is such a badass. She's like, woo, she's powerful. Anyway, I'm enjoying this. I would like to finish it this week. I think this is a good book, but I also don't know whether or not I'm really going to keep it. And if I do, it might be going to my dad's library in the future, so, you know, I'm glad that I decided to not physically write in it like my other books. So that is the book, another book I'm currently reading. Let me show you the other book from the video that I'm reading. It is Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. This is the Illumicrate version, so that's why it's a different color. I haven't read it, so I already know what page I'm on. Page 1! Anyway, this book is science related. I think it's a fake relationship, but I don't know. Enemies to lovers, vibes. I love it. I'm actually so excited for this book. I think it's gonna be super fun, and I love it. It's so pretty. I loved The Love Hypothesis. I'm excited for Love on the Brain. I'm actually so excited. It's already marked currently reading on my Goodreads, so technically I'm currently reading it, but I'm really not. Love the outline. Look at it. Actually, you know what? You know what's more important? It's this piece of art that I think everybody should look at. My cat. Shh. It's okay, I'm okay. This piece of art is a work of art. This is beautiful. I just love it so much. God damn, it's hot in here. It literally is hot in here. I'm not even joking. This is one of those artworks that I've just come to appreciate. These two, I love this art. Okay, let's put that back. I'm currently reading Thunderstruck by Eric Larson. I think it's really interesting. I love the concept, true crime, super interesting. I haven't really gotten that far. I'm further in the Kindle version. I just stopped to take notes on to where I am. I'm taking so long in this book because there's just simply a lot of information, and I like it. Don't get me wrong, I do like it, but very information heavy, and I don't know why, but I'm balancing like 5 other books right now. My fault, genuinely my fault, but yeah, I'm liking it, like 4 stars definitely, but just gotta find the time, you know what I mean? The next book I'm actually reading on my Kindle and will finish on my Kindle. It is Flawless by Elsie Silver. Once I'm done with this book, I will be annotating it, but I probably am halfway through the book right now. I simply just need to pick up my Kindle and freaking read it. I'm reading The Rise of Gilgamesh for school. I need to finish it though, so I'll finish it probably tomorrow. Lie. I actually finished that 2 days ago, and today's the 14th, so. The next book, also part of the other TBRs, is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This book will happen this month. I'm not going to delay it. I'm just going to read it. I'm just going to read it, and I can't wait. I love the idea of Charlie and Nora. I think they're perfect, but I'm afraid that this book is not. And I'm just so afraid, but I know it's going to be good. You know what I mean? I'm excited, though. I actually am excited. I've heard just terrific things. I know it's going to be good. I've read, obviously, other Emily Henry books. I know I love her writing. I just haven't read it, and I need to read it, so I'm going to read it this month. Next is our beloved Mariana Zapata with Dear Erin. I actually read The Best Thing, and it features Ruby and maybe not Erin. I think just Ruby for now, but Ruby is mentioned to have already been with Erin in The Best Thing, and I read that first, so I'm going back and reading Ruby and Erin's romance finally. So this should be interesting. I can't wait. I think it's going to be really good, and it's going to be exciting. So this will be added to my list. Oh, premise, letters, emails back and forth between Erin and Ruby. I think Erin is in the military, Navy. You know what? All it says is soldier abroad, okay? We'll just soldier overseas. Basically, they send letters back and forth, and that's it. That's all I know about. So, next, I have this book, One Night on the Island by Josie Silver. I loved The Two Lives of Lydia Bird. I did not like One Night in December. The premise sounds interesting. Two strangers accidentally book a cabin. You know, they end up being stuck together. That sounds kind of nice. Forced proximity. Heck yes. Just sounds good, and so I'm actually excited. Next, I have Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. This book is sci-fi. Why did I say it like that? It sounded really interesting, and I think someone was talking about it. I originally was like, I definitely am not going to read it. But then, after seeing a bunch of like, heck yes, it's actually so good, just pushed through, and I was like, okay, yeah, clearly I do need to read this, so I'm gonna read it. Next, I have The Good Old Blade Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. I have read Realmbreaker, and I think I gave that 4 stars. I do want to read the Red Queen series, I just haven't gotten to it yet. I just think I'm gonna enjoy this. I don't think it was a cliffhanger-ish. I don't really remember Realmbreaker that often. Do I ever remember a book? You know what I mean? I'm that type of person. I never remember. But I do remember enjoying Realmbreaker, and so I knew I wanted to continue with the series. Last 3, I swear. Last three. Bear with me. All romances. First, we have Fool Me Once by Ashley Winstead. I do want to read In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. So, this is second chance romance, and I think they end up having to are forced to work together. Tension builds just as old sparks reignite. Gah! I love second chance. Next, I'm gonna read Dream On by Angie Hockman. I loved Shipped. Shipped was, I've already reread that twice. Definitely need to do a reread again. So this is Dream On. I just fell in love with Angie Hockman's writing since Shipped. Okay, last book. Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. Let's see, they go on a treasure hunt, maybe forced proximity because they're stuck on rock canyons of Utah. That's all I know. Anyway, yep, sounds interesting. I love the cover though. I think they're enemies to lovers a little bit. I honestly don't really know. I don't know if it's second chance. I don't know anything about this book. But when I first saw it, it definitely sounded interesting, and I think it's time to read it. I think this came out early this year, so, you know, finally good time. I'm just trying to figure out how to start reading my TBR. I really do need to start reading my TBR. That is it, my friends! I don't want to lift any of these books up. I don't know how many books I have mentioned. Enough to definitely know that I have 3 total stacks in front of me. Thank you guys so much for coming. What is on your TBR? Have you read any of these books? This is hopefully all going to be read at least by the end of December. Like I said, trying to tackle my TBR. It's going to be slow, but, you know, I gotta start somewhere. You know what I mean? I gotta start somewhere. So, thank you guys all so much for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really do. Thank you guys so much for coming. Do give this video a thumbs up, and also hit the subscribe button down below if you guys would like to. I would be so grateful if you guys did. Do remember to comment, hey, have you guys read these books? Or are you interested in reading any of these books? I would like to know. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thumbs up, subscribe. I love you guys so much. And I will see you guys all next week on Saturday for more booktube videos. Bye!